everyone, welcome to my mentor takeover. I'm Lexi, and today we're going to do my favorite activity on the reading week, which is baking. Today we're going to make some brownies, and I'm going to make them a little bit spicy because I like chocolate and spice together. I think it tastes really good, so try it out if you want, or don't put any spice in. What you're going to need for this is you're going to need olive oil or canola oil, and flour. Mine's in a panettone container, and I'm using olive oil because I'm Italian. That's just how it works. You're going to need cocoa powder, granulated sugar, icing sugar, chocolate chips, some vanilla, some water, salt, and eggs. 2 eggs. Oh, and if you want to make it a little spicy, then you want to add a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of cayenne pepper. Alright, your first step is you want to set your oven to convection bake and set it to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Right? Fahrenheit. The next you want to prepare your baking dish. The recipe that I'm using calls for an 8x8 baking dish. I use a 9x9 and then I guess the amount of time it needs to cook. Generally, when you're guessing time, undercooked for brownies is better. You usually get a fudgier texture, which I prefer. So I'm going to use my 9x9, and then I will list down the time that I use to cook the brownies below, as well as the one for the 8x8. Next, you want to prepare your dish. You can use spray, like a baking spray, to prepare your pan. I don't have that, so I'm going to use olive oil and I'm going to grease my pan. Then you want to put a sheet of parchment, and then you want to grease the parchment as well. Alright, the next step is you want to measure out all of your ingredients. Now, you can do this separately and put them into little bowls like I did, or you can just measure them as you go. But the first basic rule of cooking is that you want to mix together in 2 separate bowls your dry ingredients, including your sugars, cocoa powder, flour, salt, chocolate chips, and if you want to make it spicy, your cayenne pepper and your cinnamon. 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And then in a separate bowl, you want to mix your eggs, water, vanilla, and olive oil, or canola oil. Alright, first up, the dry ingredients. Let's add our sugar into a medium large bowl. Our flour. Cocoa powder. Powdered sugar. Cayenne pepper and cinnamon. Let's mix this together first before adding the chocolate chips. It should smell like Tiny Tim's donuts. That's what I'm getting from this. And then you're going to make a mess all over your counter. That's okay. If you don't have a sift, like me, and your powdered sugar or your cocoa powder is crumbly, just make sure that in this stage while you're mixing the dry ingredients, try to get rid of all of those lumps. Alright, once that's good and smooth, add your chocolate chips. There's no measurement for chocolate chips. It's however much your ancestors tell you to put in, and don't tell me otherwise. I might put in more. Oh yeah, definitely gonna need more. Alright, now the wet ingredients. Now we have fewer wet ingredients than dry ingredients, but we're going to use the larger bowl for the dry ingredients because we're going to slowly incorporate larger bowl for the wet ingredients because we're going to slowly incorporate the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. So our eggs. Olive oil, vanilla, and our water. And you want to whisk that all together. Once that is fully incorporated, start slowly adding your dry mix to your wet mix. At this point, you're going to want to switch over to the spatula. And it in, baby. Remember, it's important when baking never to overmix your mixture. So once it's slightly incorporated, start adding more of your dry mix. Alright, once you're done mixing, you should be left with this nice fudgy looking texture. It tastes really good at this stage if you want to risk it. Just saying. Alright, once you're done mixing, it's time to add your mixture, put your mixture into the baking pan. There you go. Once it's in, put it in the oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Or, if you're using an 8x8, 40 to 48 minutes. See you later. Alright, and she's done. These are our spicy chocolate brownies. They look delicious, super fudgy, and I can't wait to try them out. Oh my God.